to see everyone. Thank you all. Woohoo! Excited to be here. Today we are talking about Twilio's AI Startup Searchlight. We're going to go over what that is, how to apply, how you can get recognition for your startup, and I would love to see some more people from the Australia Asia Pacific region as well applying. So if you're a startup, drop in the channel, say hi, tell me what you're working on. I would love to hear from you and I want to be able to help you all. So that's what we're doing on the stream today. So let's just jump into it. It's gonna be a lot of fun today. Woohoo! All right. So, and I've moved a little bit again, so we'll pop that back there. So today I'm going to start off by talking a little bit about what Twilio is, just in case those of you might not know it. So Twilio is a platform. We power real-time customer engagement, and we also supercharge that with AI as well. Everyone's talking about AI right now, and we want to be able to give you all amazing AI tooling to make your customer engagement interaction better. I think it's one of those things that right now there's lots of brands. There's lots of communication that goes out to people. People get hundreds and hundreds of emails every day. People are even getting lots and lots of text messages now, and even calls too. So how do you stand out against the crowd? Twilio allows you to create really fun, personalized campaigns, and not just personalized like, hi Mish, but personalized in the sense of, hey Mish, you purchased this thing last week. You know this would go really well with it too. So I really want to create those individualized interactions as well. And that's kind of what makes your brand shine. So this is Twilio. We build great customer experiences. We provide the platform and the infrastructure for you to do this. There's a bunch of out-of-the-box solutions you can use, but mostly it is developers using our API to build really awesome things. So that's why we have our little builders here, our builder campaign, which is really fun. And then, yeah, lots of stories. So as I mentioned, you can do lots of things like messaging, text messaging, phone calls, so voice. We do authentication and identity as well. So one-time pins and codes and things like that. And we also have a customer data platform as well to build up insights of who those customers are. So every time a customer is interacting with you in a particular touch point, builds up that profile of that person. So really cool. We can see there's lots of really fun, exciting companies from all over the world using us. We've got Atlassian here, yay, Australian one, Reddit, Spotify, Philips, Instacart, lots and lots here. And I think you can go in as well and even have a look at Twilio Customers Australia. I know there was on the website, there was specific who's using Twilio, and you can sort by region, and that was pretty cool because I went and had a look at what exactly was some of the things or the companies using it from this region. Customer stories, I think it's on here from memory. Yeah, brands, so we can filter by industry, we can filter by the region. So if we have a look at Asia Pacific, it'll pop up in a second. There we go. So some of the companies using us, Bughead, which is awesome. They started as, I suppose, theoretically everyone here started as a startup with Bughead. MYB, if you've heard of them. TradeMe, which is really, that's a New Zealand platform for online marketplace. So yeah, lots of customers using us, which is pretty cool. So these ones are from the region. You can go and have a look at these on customers.twilio.com. But I thought I'd also show you a couple of short videos that we've put together, and they're on YouTube now, and just a little bit about what Twilio does. So let's see if this...
Reply, why?
Okay, let's make sure this is actually on the right output. And see. There we go. These are fun.
Look, we're not saying that SMS is over. It is still valuable for many years.
Definitely valuable.
It will be the standard for years to come. But it is showing its age, and people are starting to not only want, but expect rich
Alex
and
from the video
personalized
team.
messages.
He's still fun.
Over 70% of phones can now receive rich, branded, verified messages with buttons, images, logos, quick replies, all delivered
This is
natively to
really
the
cool.
customer's messaging app. And with Twilio,
yes.
getting started is easy. No complicated setup, no new code, just better messages delivered with trust. So yeah, SMS is still there if you need it.
Did you get the photo I sent?
That was funny. So we've got lots of really fun things to do. So RCS, that rich branded messaging, that's was just released recently in general availability. This one's really cool
The
about
user adds hiking boots to their cart,
we actually personalize and individualize the campaigns.
browses rain jackets, then disappears.
Poof.
The old approach? Send a generic, you forgot something, email the next day. But generic doesn't convert. With Twilio Segment's next-gen journeys, you can get contextual. Still thinking about that hiking gear? Include the exact item they left behind and when. And if they add a water bottle before the message goes out, their journey updates in real time. You can even pause the flow if they came back organically. No more awkward, hey, come back, after they already did. It's smarter targeting. Rich context from your data warehouse, built-in campaign suppression, and no more wasted messages or ad spend. That's what happens when you power journeys with data you can depend on. Check out our reimagined journeys and see what's possible with Twilio Segment.
I think that one's really important because, like, as an example, last week I was going to New Zealand and I checked in online, and then a few hours later I got another message saying, hey, it's time to check in. I'm like, but I've already checked in. So being able to have those really good interactions with your customers, I think, is really key. This is another one we did. This is Sarah, one of our team members.
The more we dig through our email data and make observations like, oh, customers loved when we used this tone and this style subject line, but they didn't really like this other template we tried out. The more we learn
Data.
impactful lessons about our customers.
Or data, however you like to say it.
When we adapt our email content, design, and campaigns to match our customers' preferences, our emails are opened more. There's a higher click-through rate, there's more engagement, and all of that engagement improves our email reputation score, which makes it more likely that our emails will reach their intended destination every time.
I think that's really important too because people pay like per email, right? And same with like text message and voice calls. So you're paying to send those communications out to your customers, so you want to really make sure they land, which is important. This one's cool, but better
time
chatbots.
to hear how my AI agents did on the phone today. AlexBot, are you there? How was customer communications today? I don't know, it's fine. That's all you have to say? Did you flag any phrases, track the sentiment across calls, gather any useful data? You're asking a lot. I'm really not. This is information that you should not be losing through inefficient or frankly moody chatbots.
And that's what we do again, like creating that really good data that you can go back and use and create good
All you
campaigns
need are
from that.
tools working together to turbocharge your customer conversation. First up, conversational intelligence. It
This is
unlocks
really
the actual
cool.
value of conversations through summarizing, lead scoring, tracking sentiment, even flagging key phrases. Then there's conversation relay. It's how you build and run voice agents without duct taping speech to text, large language models, and text to speech together.
This is really
It's
cool.
production-grade orchestration for real-time, interruptible, human-sounding bots, all in a few lines of code. Together, they're here to make your communications a lot smoother by analyzing real calls, deploying voice agents, and finally optimizing based on what's actually happening.
So this is really cool. Lots of people are using this now because more and more people are going for voice calls, which is interesting because I know like a lot of the newer generation is really not going for calls. They prefer text message. But I think this is still really important, especially if you need to be able to do something, you want to chat to someone about a product or a service that they have. This is a really good way to do it. We can do that with WhatsApp as well.
With your customers using voice over WhatsApp. Whether you're already using WhatsApp for messaging or using Twilio Voice, now WhatsApp is a prime channel with 3 billion users that you can add to your
Lots of
stack.
users.
That's going to be one monster of a group chat.
Yeah, so you can do it over WhatsApp now as well, which is pretty cool. And this is more on our like technical side.
Incredible solutions with this single API call. Notifications like, your package has shipped, your tacos are ready for pickup, or at the
Who's got
airport,
these before?
your
Like
kit has
everyone, right?
changed. These urgent workflow messages work extremely well, and that's because 98% of all messages that are sent are opened. Which is impressive, right? By the way, that open rate also makes messaging an
Versus email, right?
promotional efforts. We've seen
So more and more people are using LinkedIn, SMS, to be able to communicate with people. So that's just a little bit about what Twilio does and how it works and some of the things we have available. And I think it's really exciting to be able to work in an era where AI is being able to drive all of this customer engagement, you're getting better interaction with customers, and so on. So what am I here today to talk about specifically? And I mentioned the Twilio AI Startup Searchlight. So lots of people build with Twilio, and I showed you some of the big companies that are building with Twilio and some of our customers. But we also have lots and lots of startups building with Twilio as well. And what we really wanted to do is be able to showcase those startups who are building really, really cool things with Twilio. So there's a few things we have available for startups. And the first one we have is this startup it's just called Twilio Startup. So this is a program, I guess you'd call it, that is available all year round. Any startup who wants to use Twilio to build, they can go here. This gives them lots of free resources to get started with. So we have free trials and free credits we can give out, so you can actually go and start and try it out. We also have lots of free resources as well on how to actually build. So we've got our docs and our content to be able to help you build that out. And then there's also paid support that you can get on top as well. And we can actually have a look at what we can do for you as a startup. So we have a startup discount tier as well. So essentially what it is this is available for you so you can start building with Twilio. So there's always a free tier available, so you don't have to go and spend money to go and try something out. And then up here on the top, you might see this banner, Twilio AI Startup Searchlight. So this is the one I wanted to talk to you today about. So as I mentioned, there's lots of startups using Twilio to build with, and they're building really, really exciting things. But we wanted to showcase people specifically who are building with Twilio and with an emerging technology. Now we say AI because AI is the hottest topic and hottest emerging technology right now. But if you're using any other kind of emerging technology, you might be using blockchain, you might be using the metaverse, AR or VR, whatever you're using that's like an emerging technology, we want to hear from you. Now, these applications are closing very soon. So, and when I say very soon, like 2 days, so I want to give you one last quick rundown on how to apply, what to do, some top tips on how to make your applications shine, because I'm also one of the judges, so I'm going to give you tips on what I think is a really good application, what you should put in, and also just talk about some of the eligibility criteria as well. So, startups all over the world using it, exciting, and yeah, we just wanted to be able to feature people because there are lots of people building really cool stuff. And as a startup, and I know because I've been in that position many times before, but we really want to celebrate you. We want to celebrate the builders, the dreamers, innovators, the people that really, really doing really cool stuff. So what do you get out of it? Because applying for applications or applying for programs isn't a small task. I know what it's like. I've been there before. But we really want to be able to give you lots of really cool stuff. We'll come back to who's eligible, but I really want to show you what can you actually get with it. So you can get really great PR. So again, being a startup, one of the things that is tricky is being able to get out there. Especially, there's lots of noise, there's lots of startups. Like, I think the statistic for like China-specific AI startups, there's like 2,000 new startups every single day, which is a lot, right? So how do you cut through that noise? One way to do it is to have a big company like Twilio back your media campaign. So we'll be using our big media outlets to celebrate your startup and talk about your journey. As an example, here's one that was done when the first Searchlight campaign went through. This was, so it's been going for this is the third year, so previous 2 years. So we celebrated the startups and we had this piece of content on Business Insider. Big international global publication, right? So we talked about the startups, we talked about the Searchlight, we talked about our CEO judging them, and we talked about and featured each of the individual startups. You can see there's quite a decent little spiel about each startup and the founders as well. So it's not just a little, Fleetworks one, Milo one. It's a proper, here's what the startup is, here's a bit about the founders and more. So you can see it's pretty decent coverage, I suppose you call it. So pretty decent. It was really good. So you can get in on this, and we also have lots of other ways that you can engage with us via our media as well. So we'll be looking to showcase the top startups this year. Now it does say 20 of them. So we'll be looking to showcase the 20 startups that we choose for this program, giving them media coverage. We're also going to give them $2,500 US of OpenAI API credits, because if you're building with AI, you're probably going to be using some sort of API, whether it's OpenAI, Llama, Hugging Face, whatever happens to be. We want to be able to give you those credits to continue on. Next one, we'll be giving you $10,000 US worth of Twilio credits, so you can go and build way more with Twilio and be able to send out your messages, your campaigns, your voice calls, all those kind of things. And also a Ramp gift card, $5,000 worth. Now they are kind of like, so here's your coverage, like your startup coverage. We want to get you out there. Here's dollars to keep you and your startup running. And then the next two are things that are very much future focused for you. So you'll get one-on-one access to one-on-one sessions with Twilio Ventures. So Twilio Ventures is Twilio's startup arm. So not only do we have really good people in there that can give you advice on your startup, give you advice on your pitch and things like that, but you can also showcase your product as a potential startup to be invested in by Twilio as well. We're going to say here, like, build a relationship could accelerate your funding and unlock investment opportunities. And then there's also opportunities to collaborate with a range of future co-marketing led initiatives with Twilio, whether that's things like media campaigns, marketing videos, and things like that. So it's quite in depth in terms of what you get access to. And as I said, it's a nice holistic picture. So we give you visibility for your startup, because that's what you need to be able to keep going. We give you funding and credits to be able to keep the technology running and you and your team running, and then access to sessions and potential marketing collaborations to be able to potentially get future investment on your product as well, because they're all the things that you are going to find important moving forward. So that's really exciting. Now, who can actually enter? Now, I did kind of mention that you do need to be a startup that is building with Twilio and building with emerging technology, so whether that's AI or something different. So that's the first piece of criteria. The next piece of criteria you need to have as well is that all needs to be working. So it has to be a working product. Can't just be a, this is what we plan on building. It's like we need to see it working, and we want also you to have a product in market as well. That doesn't necessarily, I'm just going to choose my words carefully here, but yeah, so you do need to have your product out there, however that works, whatever that means, in terms of like it needs to be functional, it needs to enhance the end user experience. You don't necessarily need to have paying customers, but having like people use it, whether you've got trial or whether you've got some beta testers or something, whatever it happens to be, like show us that you've got something that is going to enhance end user experience. And then the final piece of criteria is that you can't have more than $200 million in venture funding. So this is kind of like Series B essentially. So if you've got, and that's $200 million US. So if you're in Australia and you have like $250 million in funding, you'll still be eligible because you haven't hit that 200 million in venture funding, which is, that's quite a bit. So if you're at Series B, then you're probably very far along the train or very far along your startup journey. So they're the pieces of criteria. So if you hit all that criteria, so if you're building with Twilio, you've got emerging technology, you've got something that works in market, and you've got less than $200 million in funding, I would really, really love to see your application, because I definitely want to see more people from this region, like the APJ region. I mean, if you're tuning in, listening in from America or anywhere else, please do send it in too. Like, I would just love to see all your applications. Short means I have to spend more time judging them if there's more applications, but this is a chance for you to get your startup out there, and it's really exciting. And I've always jumped at these opportunities when I was doing startups. We were in the Microsoft program, or in a couple other programs. And I know for a fact that there's plenty of tech companies out there that offer things to startups. And as I said, we've still got Twilio Startup, so you can go and get free credits and start and build and things. But this is much more involved in terms of what we can do for you. It is much more involved in terms of the criteria as well, and the fact that you have to send in some things. So it's not just a go on the website, hit go, and kind of get started, which is what you can do with Twilio Startups when we give you the free tier. This one's much more involved, and I wanted to go through the application form and the application, because I think this is quite in depth. As I said, like, it is an involved process, but it is something, there's lots in the application that if you haven't done as a startup already, this is a really good chance for you to get in and sort these things out. So I want to go through this briefly with you and give you some tips too on what I'd like to see in each part. So first one, fill out your details, your company, your startup, your job title. Again, founder, director, CTO, founding member, board member, whatever it happens to be. Drop the URL for your company in there. You should definitely have a URL. Someone said to me, if it's not a URL, it doesn't exist. That's everything. So knowledge, information, attach it to your URL. It's very important. Which country you're located in. We have featured startups in the past from all over the world, and also startups who are building products that are not necessarily in English as well. So I've seen some previous years startups that we chose for the Searchlight program, and we had companies in Portuguese and Spanish as well. So I would love to see more from this region, particularly in Mandarin. I know Cantonese is not as common, but any of the Chinese speaking languages. Would love to see Japanese in there as well, some Japanese companies. So please go in and submit your application. Don't feel like, it feels like Twilio is US based and therefore we're going to look at US based English speaking. Definitely not. We do lots, and we host and showcase lots of startups from all over the world. So please enter. Go in and list out your Twilio account, your SendGrid if you're using it, and Segment if you're using those ones. So put those in there. What industry are you in? Now, I know it's not always exact, but pick the one that is closest. So are you building hardware? Are you building a software as a service? Or are you building a specific piece of software? Just go in and pop it in there. How much funding has your company raised? Again, if you've got zero funding, this isn't going to affect your application at all. It's just to give us an idea of who is actually applying. And if you do click that over 200 million though, that means you will not be eligible for this program. Now, do remember these dollars are in USD. So go through and select the one that is closest in USD. So bootstrapping, again, if you have zero funding, is not going to affect your application. Next, 3 to 5 line overview of your company. What problem are you solving? How are you trying to solve it? What is your, why? Why are you doing this thing, basically? Why does your company exist? This should tell me what you do and why you exist. So very short. Again, if you don't already have this is a really, really good chance for you to go and put this in and solidify this to your company. It's something you really do need to have. And if you've done any kind of pitching or anything like that, you probably already have this. Next, really important, 3 to 5 minute video of your Twilio demo. So when we say demo, I really like to see show and tell. So don't tell me what you're going to do and then show it after, it's kind of a bit of a waste of time. Do both. So first of all, talk about what problem you are solving, and then talk about and show how you're using Twilio to do that. Are you building something for, tell me what you're doing, essentially. Show it. And what's really important too is when you're showing your demo and showing what you built, again, remember we said back in here, where is it? Twilio powered solution enhances user experience. So how are you enhancing the user experience with what you're building? And really importantly, how are you doing it differently to everyone else? So we call this your USP. Sorry, I got that wrong. I've been doing lots of marketing recently, so lots of marketing tours. Your UVP, unique value proposition. What makes your company in a good position or a unique position to be able to solve this problem in the way that you're showcasing? Is it you've all experienced it before? Is it that you have connections into industry? Is it that you've all got rocket science degrees and you're solving something in space? Like, tell me why you are the people to go and solve this problem, and tell us why you're using Twilio, essentially. So that really important, enhancing the user experience, and why should we pick you? Because I can guarantee you there's probably going to be some submissions that come through that are solving similar problems with similar solutions. So I really want to hear from those ones in particular, what makes you different? What makes you different to what's currently out there? What makes you different to the status quo, which is the current situation? So some people go, oh, we don't have competitors. Everyone has competitors, even if it's just doing something different to the norm, right? Then what AI and related tools are you using? Are you using OpenAI, the API? Are you using a particular agent, using LLM? Are you using MCP, are you using platform? Are you building with some other emerging technology? Like, tell us what you're using, just so we know what you're using and how it relates. A link to your pitch deck. So if you've already done some sort of startup pitch competition, or if you've pitched to investors before, linking your deck in here is a really good idea. It does say it's optional. It is a really good addition to your submission. So I would encourage you to go put that in there if you've got it. And then also, what Twilio products are you building? So are you building a messaging service? Are you using voice, video? Are you using, building a contact center, using Flex? Are you doing something really interesting, exciting with customer data, and therefore using Segment? Are you using some of our new tools, our conversation intelligence or Relay, or are you doing something else as well? So pick one of those. Have you applied for a previous Searchlight? So as I mentioned, this is the third year we're running this. So 2023 and 24 and now this year. Again, this should not impact your application whatsoever. It's more for us to see, are people coming back and applying again? And I think it enhances it in a little way if you've applied previously, because then we can, and if you have applied previously, talk about how far you've come in the time. I think that's also really exciting to do if you've previously applied. And then, do you use Twilio directly, or do you provide a service that helps others? So depending on what you're doing there, just click that in there. You should have your company set up on LinkedIn. If you don't, I would recommend you setting one up, and also on X. I know X is a little bit different now, so if you're super against X for whatever reason, feel free to put a blue sky in there or something else. But it's still valuable. There's still people on X, so if you've got an X handle, chuck that in there. And then, again, important stuff. What is your mission? So first of all, what's your mission? Now, this is really important. It's like your North Star. Again, it's the whole, why do you exist? Why are you spending, in a lot of cases, unpaid time working on this? Why are you passionate about this? And next, how does the emerging technology you're using, whether it's AI or blockchain or big data, or whatever happens to be, how does that emerging technology and infused with Twilio, how does that actually help you achieve it? So again, what are you doing? What is your North Star? What is your mission? and how are you actually using Twilio. Now, some of that will be in your video, but this is a nice 150 to 250 words. So pop that in there. Again, these things, a lot of this is going to be, if you've done applications or you've done start pitches before, you'll be able to reuse all this content. And if you're doing this for the first time, I highly recommend saving this in a document, because you're probably going to reuse all of this stuff for the next time you have to pitch or send in a submission or anything, right? So this is a really good thing to do here. Next one, what recent feature or product releases best exemplifies how you're using this? So have you released a alpha out to your customers and they're really enjoying it and it showcases the technology you're using, right? Again, how are you combining, this kind of builds a little bit on this, but how are you combining the emerging tech and Twilio to improve the customer experience or create an innovative solution? So build on this answer up here. And then specifically how we're using Twilio's grid segment. So just talk about, we're using Twilio to power our messaging campaigns so we can ensure customers are safe from disasters, earthquakes, things like that. And then what makes your approach to using this? Again, this is also a unique value proposition. So this is taking what's in your video and just putting it into these short words. This is really good because it helps us work out how to position you if you get chosen, how to position you to like media and things like that, how to build really good press releases around what you've built. So, what makes your approach to using emerging tech? What makes it that unique? Are you doing something different? Are you combining big data? Are you doing something that's used in one industry, but maybe it hasn't been seen in your industry before? Just tell us what you're doing there. And then why did you apply? As I said, this is quite an in-depth application. Like, it's a bit of time that you got to spend. Why are you taking time out of your day? Again, probably unpaid because you're a startup. Why are you taking time to apply for this? And there are lots of startup campaigns, programs, things out there. So what are you hoping to get from this? Like, yes, you want the credits and you want all those things, which is great. But what is it specifically that you would like the most? Like, do you want visibility into Twilio's venture capital team so you can gain better insights and experience into what VCs are looking for when you're fundraising? As an example, do you want to be promoted and showcased alongside Twilio because you believe you're building something really awesome, exciting, and it can go both ways? Yeah, and then we love two-way communication at Twilio, something we do a lot. So we would like to hear from you a little bit about how you found the experience building with Twilio SendGrid segment, whichever product you actually chose. And how can we just better support not just you, but like other AI startups as well? So as I said, two-way communication. We love feedback. We love talking to people. We like reading these things, and our product managers and people at Twilio, we call them Twilions, but our Twilions really take this stuff to heart, and we really look at, okay, how can we improve the process? How can we make this better for startups, next year? Because we are hoping to do this next year as well. So how can we make it better? We want to make it better not just for you, but for everyone involved as well. So make sure you do that. There is a couple of other very tiny pieces of eligibility criteria. So you do need to be over 21. So you do need, I know there's lots of young people out there now doing startups, but there's some legal requirements and things, so you do have to be over 21. So hopefully you've got someone in your company who's over 21. And then anything that goes in this form, you do give us permission to help us use this to create public press releases and media and marketing for you if you get chosen. So yeah, we would love to hear from you. As I said, I'm one of the judges, so I'm really looking forward to seeing your submission. I'm looking forward to hearing more from you and seeing what you are building, which is really exciting. So if there's any questions from the chat, I know we've got quite a few viewers here. Some of you are probably listening in on your work time. So if you've got any questions, feel free to pop them in the chat or reach out to me on socials, like literally any social media platform. Like feel free to DM me and say, hey, I was watching your stream or watching the recording. Can you tell me a little bit about this? And yeah, so we've got our official judges. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we've got 5 internal Twilio judges. So I mentioned I'm one of the judges. I'm doing like round 1. Like the official like big judges are like our head of Twilio, so our CTO, CMO, head of AI, VP of R&D, VP of engineering. Like you're gonna get some really good visibility from really, really high up people in Twilio. We've also got some external judges as well. So we've got the head of startups at OpenAI. We've got the go-to-market director at OpenAI. We've got HoloWiz, and we've also got like Worldwide Telecommunications IDC. So lots of good people that you're going to get your startup in front of. As I said, I will be judging the first round. So all rounds are important. You've got to get past every round. So please send in your application. It's going to be really, really good. On the website, it does have the extension on there as well. So the application deadline now it was the 5th of September, but we've now extended it to the 18th of September. So that's just before midnight PST. So for those of us on the Australian and Asia Pacific time zones, we get it a little bit longer. So we get Friday. Technically, it's the same time. You just feel like you get longer. And then we'll be going through the judging between basically when submissions close to like mid-October. And then all the winners will be announced at London Signal, which I believe is on the 19th of November. Let me have a look at this. So, because I'm just loading the website, London, we announced at London Signal. So in person, on stage, exciting. And 19th of November, so that's happening then, which is going to be really fun. And there'll be lots of people there. You'll be, all the winners will be announced, so that's kind of exciting. So yeah, and here's another example of just one of the press releases we did for the first year as well. So there's lots of cool stuff there. Okay, if there's no questions right now, what I want to do is show you some of our previous winners and what they do, just so you kind of get an idea of the types of things that we're looking for and the types of companies that are getting highlighted. So this is from our first intake, our 2023 intake. This is Milo. You can see they've already got a waitlist going. And this is really cool. So what they do is they take all the different activities and things that a family is doing and creates like a centralized unified calendar for that too. And you can send out messages and stuff as well. So here's how it works. This one didn't have like a full demo, but you can say like, you can send a screenshot of something or anything through to the service and then organize everything into that family calendar. So you can see this, and then you get rundowns via SMS. So like, here's your, don't forget like, you know, alright, I need to bring the violin to work, I need library books, there's a dentist appointment, tennis training, school book fairs, and then just kind of giving you that, and there's a little bit of their pricing model, but essentially it just helps, like this, take the stress out of marriage. And what's another, a connectivity tissue that keeps the household running. And basically saving my marriage. There's a few people there about saving marriages. Game changer. So it's pretty cool. I haven't logged into this one, but you can go and join the waitlist as well. So this is from 2023, and they've already got plenty of users because, yeah, you have to go get a waitlist now. So that's pretty cool. So that was our 2023. Another one was Next Order. So this is unifying the entire restaurant experience. So everything from like your seating to your ordering, your online ordering. I think it can do like staff schedules and everything as well. So everything you need to run your restaurant all in one app here. So you can see like all the menus, the items, the delivery. They brand it for your restaurant, driver tracking, integrated point of sale as well. So you can do all that right through this. So this is pretty cool actually. I thought this was quite cool. So all your bookings and your table management. maybe not staff shifts yet, but yeah, there's lots of different things. So yeah, point of sale, ordering. Yeah. This one was pretty cool. So again, another one from 2023. The final one I picked from 2023 was this one. I thought was really, really cool. So it's you hire an AI and then you use them to be essentially one of your workers. So this is really cool. You can go and view the industries that they work in as well. But I'll just go show you the two main ones I got. So here's your AI receptionist. You can go and create one, or you can listen to a call.
Thank you for calling
one.
Mountain Plumbing. This is the AI receptionist on a recorded line.
So like it sounds very natural now too. So AI is very much moving away from the hello, you have called Smith AI, press 1 for our opening hours, press 2. Like very much moving away from that
How
sort
may
of
I
thing
help
now.
Hi, do you handle plumbing emergencies?
Yes, we can typically address plumbing emergencies within our service area on the same day.
Great. My hot water heater just stopped working this morning.
Very
I don't know why,
American.
but I have no hot water in the whole house.
Thank you for letting me know. Could you please state and spell your first and last name?
It's Toby Daniels. TOBYDAN.
Very American. Toby Daniels.
Thank you, Toby. I see the number you're calling from is 215-555-0142. Is this the best number to contact you on?
Yes, that's right.
Great, thank you. What location do you need services in?
I'm in Levittown, Pennsylvania, zip code 19056.
Pennsylvania.
Thank you for providing that. Just to confirm, you need services in Levittown, Pennsylvania, is that correct?
Yes, that's correct.
Got it. Do you accept the $50 appointment fee, which will be credited to your bill if service is needed?
That's fine if you could send someone out quick.
Thank you. Just to confirm, the reason for your call is a broken water heater, resulting in no hot water in your house. Is there any additional information you'd like to share about the issue?
I don't think so.
I'm now going to
don't
transfer
think
you
so.
to a human team member who will schedule an appointment. Please hold for a moment while I connect you.
A lot of the AIs now can schedule appointments too, but the fact that, you know,
Hello,
it's able
this
to
is
do
Danielle with
everything.
Mountain Plumbing. I'm just going to confirm the information you provided to get you scheduled for an appointment. Just to confirm, I have first name Toby, T-O-B-Y, is that right?
Hi, yes, this is Toby.
And last name Daniels?
Correct.
Thank you. Can you provide the full street address where you need service?
Yeah, so it just gives you an idea that like AI agents are becoming way more human. Similar kind of one. So this is from 2024 now. So this is last year's intake. And again, you can go and hire an agent to go and do the work for you. So basically go and hire a digital worker. I'll go back just so you can see the actual workers. So this is Alice, the SDR. So we can see that Alice, and like they've even got AI generated imaging now around the people. So you can go use Alice to go and, you know, be able to do half your work. We've got Jillian as well, world's best inbound sales rep. We can even use the call me button. So this actually works. I won't do it now though because we're on stream. But like you can use this person and you just go hire them and they're able to go do work for you, which is quite cool. So you can go try that out too. The next one is, I think you say this, Alethea, and I think we're seeing a lot more AI and emerging tech coming into healthcare as well, which I think is really, really important. Because healthcare is one of those areas where you definitely need people. There are also so many bottlenecks when it comes to doctor and like GP availability and things like that too. So if you're able to triage, and you know when you walk into a hospital there's triage nurses, so if you're able to triage a lot of issues that people are experiencing, you're able to help them a lot better. So this is really easy, like again, see, free up staff from repetitive admin tasks so they have more time to go and help people. Like everyone says, oh, we can't have AI in healthcare because, you know, it needs a human touch. Yes, certain areas need a human touch, not all the admin tasks. Like you don't, why is your doctor or your nurse sitting there writing up notes and admin when they could be like helping someone specifically? So this is really cool. And the fact that this is becoming more and more available is really exciting. So great to see them in last year's cohort. Another one from last year's cohort is Loci, the AI foundational AI company. Interesting. Yeah, this I didn't actually look too much into this one, but this looked really, really cool in terms of like they're building AI models and things that are more environmentally friendly. And I believe this one is based specifically in the UK as well. Another one from last year, AI phone calls made easy. So again, being able to create those authentic sounding voice AIs that sound like people. So this one was quite cool as well. So we can go into the how it works. So we can preview these now. I've got my thing working.
Hi, I'm Rosie, an AI agent for Good Remodel. I can help you with quotes, updates on existing jobs, connect you with the right department or team member, and answer common questions. How can I help you?
Hi, I'm looking to get a quote on a bathroom remodel.
Oh, bathroom remodel. That's
I can
what we're
help with
doing
that.
right now.
I just need to collect a few quick pieces of information from you. To start out, what is your name, first and last?
Danny Lannon.
Thank you, Danny Lannon. Could you
Thank
tell
you,
me if
Danny
the phone
Lannon.
number you're calling from is the best place to reach you?
Yes, it is.
I like the little images. It's not like
All right, we'll reach out to you at
not
your given
like
number. What is your
realistic.
zip code?
It's more like
94121.
yeah, process logic without delay.
Hi, Danny. Thanks for calling Good Insurance.
Oh yeah.
I see you have a prescription request at
Use
CVS
Danny.
on 200 Main Street in San Francisco. I can help you with an update on your prescription, help you route your prescription to a new location, or connect you with one of our team members. How can I help?
Yeah, can I have an update on my prescription order, please?
I see here that Dr. Smith placed the prescription order about an hour
Dr.
ago.
Smith.
It looks like the
So
pharmacist has
generic.
confirmed receipt and has your order ready for pickup. Please note the pharmacy closes at 4 p.m. today. How else
I like
can I help?
that. Please notice the mommy closed
That's
at
it.
4.
Thank you.
Thanks for calling Good Insurance. Have a wonderful day.
Concierge?
Hi, Danny. Welcome back.
Oh, it's Danny
Thanks for being
again.
a loyal customer at Good Refrigeration. How can I help you?
I'm having issues with the temperature of my fridge.
Got it.
I
Don't
got
worry,
it.
I can help you with this. According to our
Love the
records, you're on
accent.
the
Got
Gold
it.
Maintenance Plan membership, which includes a 5-year warranty on all appliances. Was the appliance you're calling about purchased within the last 5 years?
Yes, I think so.
I think so, like that.
Let me connect you to someone who can help. Call recorded for quality.
Call recorded for quality. I like that. Oh, there you go. Now that's connecting through to the human agent. I don't know if it keeps. It's really hard to tell if it keeps going. But this one was like probably one of the
Got
best,
it.
I think.
Are you the homeowner?
Oh, it keeps going too.
Yes, I am.
Perfect. Can you describe your bathroom remodel?
Yeah, I'm looking to change the bathtub to a walk-in shower and also replace the vanity and tile on the floor.
That's not a very big bathroom remodel, is it? We've like completely remodeled our bathroom, like full strip out and go again. So this one
Okay.
sounds
When
much
do you want
easier.
to have the job completed?
Hopefully within the next 3 months.
So it's capturing all that information.
Is there a date and time that works for one of our remodel specialists to come by for a consultation?
Yeah, so basically it's just giving you that real-time customer calling, because a lot of the time people, like, when I think of people calling, I usually put them in two main buckets. One is they kind of know what they want but don't exactly know, so they want to talk to someone through their options, just like this person here, like, hey, I want a bathroom remodel, I want to do this, this, and this, so I probably need to, like, talk to someone, maybe book in a time, like what options have you got, what's the cost, like those kind of things. Then the other bucket of people is like people who call in knowing exactly what they want and they can't do it online or it's not working or something. Like for example, trying to place an order online and it won't let you place it online, you've got to call through. I got married a couple of years, or almost a couple of years ago now, and like a lot of places wouldn't let me change my name unless I called up. So there's things like that where it's like you know specifically what you want, and then you just need someone to be able to do it, or there's, hey, I want to have a conversation. And a lot of those like initial like lead generation ones or like information type ones, this can all be done through agents, right? So they can come on and take a lot of that, I guess, what would I call it? I'm thinking of like Stephen Covey's 4 triangles. It's like high priority because there's a call coming in, but like low low output or low effort. Like it's in like it's a it's a thing that needs to be done right then and there, but like the quality of it's not high. So AI agents can do a lot of this stuff, so it can leave more time for people to be able to talk with and help the people, like more time for people to go out and do actual looks at bathroom instead of sitting there taking calls about doing bathroom remodeling all day. So it's really exciting. Then there was this one, which I was quite impressed with this one. So Gale Financial Services AI. So you can come in here and go, and I tried this for like Australian ones too. So like, hey, I'm looking into, let's do it for finance actually, because that was really fun. Hey, I'm looking into superannuation options for myself. What can you tell me about my options that are currently available? So I quite like this because this was like very specifically tailored to insurance, banking, and finance. And like, let's see what it does. So here we go. Generally, the three main concepts, and it's already picked up because I think it's picking up my location. So most Australians are part of this type. Can you give me a rundown on the top super providers? I can speak it a little bit jargon, like top super providers, and it's already picked up that I'm in Australia, I think because of my location, but because I was previously on here as well. So you can see it's a bit US tailored, like explainer form 10K, like we don't really do that in Australia. But like the fact it's picked up like Australian Super, Host Plus, Rest Super, and like a little bit about each one as well. Each has its own set of fees. Would you like details on? Let's look more into Uni Super, and because I know that you can only get on Uni Super if you work in the university system. So I want to see if it picks it up. Available, here you go, mainly available to employees in universities or related research organizations. You can join through the employer. So yeah, this is very cool. Again, powered by Twilio, so you can see we can like build a lot of these types of information chatbots. It's like at its core, everything's like these types of things. It's like, oh, it's ChatGPT. Yeah, yes, it is, but it's tailored specifically to a type of industry. Because we know that when we're talking to people, there's industry-specific jargon, there's industry-specific knowledge, there's regional as well. We can see here it's talking about Australia. So by building, or I suppose tailoring AI solutions to either a particular industry or a particular region is very important. Because otherwise you get random answers, right? So it's that like superannuation is very complex, right? So this has been built specifically to understand financial services. It's kind of like people saying, oh, I use ChatGPT for code. Yes, it can do code, but it's probably not the best because it hasn't been tailored or trained specifically to understand and provide code options. You're better off going with something like GitHub Copilot or Cursor or Amazon Q Developer or something that's been specifically trained on code and tailored to provide really good code suggestions. So in the same way, a lot of these solutions that people are building them specifically for industries. And we're seeing that a lot of companies now are building their own chatbots, right? So they're putting guardrails around it to ensure that the chatbot answers the questions specifically for their company, specifically for their industry, and give very tailored specific information about terms and conditions, shipping. Like as an example, I mentioned we're doing a bathroom renovation. So I was looking for a new spark. So we ended up having to buy a new bathtub. And I was on one of the websites and I noticed they had a little AI chatbot. I couldn't find information about the lead time. So I just asked the chatbot and it was like, lead time will be 4 to 6 weeks because this is an item that is made to order. And I did end up having to call the supplier in the end to ask a couple of questions that about like the code of the item, which wasn't on the website, and where specific, like how I had to order the option that I wanted. And they confirmed with me that it was 4 to 5 weeks to make this bathtub because it was made to order. So the AI is really understanding what I'm asking and also responding with information that's specific for that company. So you can do a lot of that now too, which allows people to, so like, yes, I ended up calling the people anyway because I needed to change some things, but I didn't have to spend ages like asking them about what's your lead time, what's this, what's your terms and conditions on shipping. I was able to get all that information from the AI. So when I called, I knew exactly what I was asking for. I knew exactly what to get, and it was a much shorter phone call than if that AI chatbot hadn't been on the website. So we're seeing lots and lots of companies building AI and things like that as well. And as I mentioned, our main reason for running Twilio AI Startup Searchlight is to be able to highlight and showcase the startups who are building really, really cool things with Twilio and building with emerging technology. So I'm really looking forward to seeing your application. As I mentioned, you can jump on and grab the, hey, how's it going, Broken Chains? Great to see you. So, yeah, today it's actually going pretty well. We've been having a great conversation, a great chat about Twilio AI Startup Searchlight and about AI just kind of taking over the world a little bit. Not quite just taking over the world, but, you know, AI is kind of everywhere now. It's exciting. And, yeah, I think it's a really cool time to be in the industry. And I know there are some people who might be a little bit worried, and there are some, like, you know, concerns, which are totally valid. But I do think at the end of the day, it is a very exciting time to be in this industry. So, you're doing good? You had your refresh? Oh, well, welcome in. Well, I'm more than happy to hear dad jokes. I might just sigh, though. My dad definitely likes to do dad jokes all the time. So, I appreciate you refraining because then I don't have to do the side. So, welcome in there, Broken Chains. How can I parcel tongue in the Harry Potter write code in Python? Oh. I'm a big Harry Potter fan. Python is my main language of choice. So I will give you a bit of a kudos to that. I'll give you some kudos for that. That was nice. I quite like that. But yeah, we're just talking about the Twilio AI Searchlight program, which is a program for Twilio to showcase startups who are using AI and building with Twilio products, which is really cool. So if you're in that boat, we'd love to see your application. And yeah, we are coming to, I know it's like a kind of short-ish stream, but the team wanted this to be like about an hour so we can save it and send it out. And I do have to get back to more meetings. Yay, fun. But there are a couple of things that you can check out as well. The first thing is if you are building with Twilio and you need some help, help.twilio is really cool. And I did mention that lots of companies are building in AI into everything. And so we've built this essentially ChatGPT for the Twilio docs. So I can do things like, how do I set up a number using WhatsApp to send out RCS? Actually, let's go using messaging. And this should give me a tailored answer from the Twilio docs and should also provide the reference for where I got that. Here we go. So it gives us a bit of an overview with it, which is nice. How to set it up, there's an onboarding guide, how to configure it, how to use our API to send out the message. Oh, it even gives me an example in Node. That's actually pretty cool. There's some resources, and then yeah, it gives me the links to the docs. Can you please provide that sample code snippet above as a Python example? Could you ask about Python Broken Chains? It's probably a good time I'm finishing up this stream soon because the builders are starting again. There we go. And there's our Python snippet. So this is great. Like, so if you're building with Twilio and you need some help, again, feel free to DM me anytime as well, but this is great. This is available 24/7. I won't be able to respond to you immediately, but this is really cool. So if you are building with Twilio and you get stuck, go into our help.twilio.com and ask a question there. And the next place you can see stuff is Twilio Reddit, which is actually pretty cool. You can probably see my face on there a little bit. So we've got a Twilio startup, that's me there, that's the announcement they put up and they put up there. Join us at Signal, that's another big one coming up. So Signal will be happening on October 16th. So if you're in Sydney and you want to come along to Signal, please do. This is really cool, and this will link you out to our Reddit as well. Yeah, and then if you want to see a little bit more about Signal, this is the agenda. I believe it's actually, this is London. We want to go up to Sydney. So if you go to Signal, back to signal.twilio.com and click Sydney up the top there. Come along, it's going to be great. If you scroll down, our whole agenda should be available now, which is really cool. There's our speakers, all our speakers there. You can see more. There's all our wonderful. So we've got some Twilio speakers. So some of our big leadership team is coming down. So CEO, CMO, VP of product, they're all coming. We've got some great speakers from our customer base as well. So Philippine Airlines, Datacom, they'll be coming to speak. We can't see more. Oh, there we go. You can see more. Got some more Twitter. Oh, look, there's me. I'll be speaking as well. Metcash. So this is really exciting to see lots of people on here. So if you are in Sydney, please come and see us. And then finally, if you want to rock some cool Twilio, that's my store. Twilio store. If you want to rock some cool Twilio merch, or did I do Twilio swag? I think I did Twilio swag. I can't remember which one I put it in, but it's store.twilio.com, and you can go buy some cool merch and rock the merch. I don't think you buy this one particularly, but I love our new apparel we've got, our t-shirts, some pioneers to carry keyboards, the builder hoodies. Actually, yeah, it's similar to this one actually. So yeah, there's some cool merch you can go grab. As I mentioned, the applications for the Searchlight do close on Friday for our region, so midnight Thursday PT. Please send it in. I would really love to see your application. As I said, I will be judging round 1 and I really want to see your applications, so please get them in. Don't delay. It's a really good opportunity and can't wait to see more. So thanks everyone for tuning in. I know this is a relatively short stream in comparison to what I usually do, but this was really fun. Thank you for tuning in. The recording will be available. I'll pop it up on YouTube. And if you are watching the recording back and you want to ask any questions, please feel free to DM me. I'm always happy to chat. And yeah, thank you very much. This has been really fun and I hope you enjoyed it. And I'm really looking forward to seeing all your applications. So thank you very much. I'll see you all next time. Bye.